Welcome, everybody. This is the second episode of NFTs with MoJo with my co host, Dr. Jones. Jonas, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing great. What about you?
I'm well, thank you. I feel like this was not one of the weeks I was very excited about. There wasn't really anything huge that happened. I mean, we got some topics and news and all that, but it wasn't one of those weeks where you were like, oh, well, that was something, right? I
Totally
can
agree.
feel that it was it was one of those weeks where you can feel like something's coming, like the floor's higher for everything, slightly higher, like 5% higher, right? But that's pretty much it.
Exactly. If you just look at the news, it's definitely on the slower side of
Yeah,
things.
yeah. Do you want to just dive right into it? We have quite a bit going on.
We did. Even though it's a slow week, we
Yeah,
have
yeah.
some exciting topics to talk about. So I think we should start with the announcement that the PGA Tour, which is the major golf tour in the world, signed a multi-year partnership with Autograph, the NFT provider or platform from Tom Brady. What are your thoughts about that?
Do you think it's because PGA is now realizing Live Golf can actually fuck them up? Are you aware of Live Golf?
I'm not. No.
Okay, I'll quickly tell you because this is very interesting, and I golf, so I'm into the whole
To be honest,
controversy.
that's why I put it in there.
Perfect, yeah, thank you. So PGA, Professional Golf Association of America, has been around since hundreds of years. God knows how long, right? They have an absolute monopoly, right? There is a European tour, but 99% of pro golfers play PGA, and that's their dream. Even think people like from Europe, like Rory McIlroy, right? I think he's from Scotland. He moved to US to play PGA because PGA is what you want to play if you're a golfer. I think last year, Live Golf came up. LIV, Live Golf. This is a company out of Saudi Arabia that put like $1 trillion into this, and they're like, fuck PGA. So what they did was they approached all the pro golfers. Not they didn't start from scratch. They started from top. They started from Tiger Woods and Rory and
The big boys.
yeah, Phil Mickelson. And what's fascinating is they were able to get like 40%, 50% of the top 10, 20, 50 players. Like Phil Mickelson got $300 million to play live golf. Tiger Woods said no, and I think he was offered $800 million. So like
I
close
mean,
to a
he
close to a
already is
billion.
a billionaire, so
Here's the thing though. PGA turned around and said, if you play live golf, we're gonna make sure you can't play PGA.
mm,
So
but
now,
for someone like Tiger Woods, that is
well, yes and no, because Tiger Woods alone doesn't make golf, right? Like if the top 10 golfers are playing live, is somebody really gonna, entertain PGA anymore? So
no. I
the
just,
head
I just meant in maybe terms of legacy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, PGA still obviously have 200 years of history, and then Live Golf is still considered like by a Saudi family who killed people, and they have horrible human rights, right? All of that. But I think the punchline here is there is somebody standing up against PGA. Like they're like, fuck the monopoly. And I don't think that's why PGA is doing it. But I promise you, PGA is trying harder to do everything because they're afraid. Like Phil Mickelson left. Phil Mickelson is not the top 10 golfers, I think, but he is definitely the most entertaining person in golf. And he's got 40 years of history, right? Anyway, so
Basically,
PGA,
that history is what they want to bring to the blockchain. Their
yeah,
goal is to basically go into their archives and
right.
launch everything what they have in terms of data and
They have
videos.
so much, and
They
they
do.
have so much.
They
Yeah.
could make some great moments.
Yeah, yeah, that's going to be fun. And you said it's on Autograph, and Autograph is a marketplace where you can only trade NFTs on that platform.
On their own platform, yes, but they also help to just in general launch NFTs of athletes and entertainers on different platforms too. So
Well,
there
is it on Ethereum though?
yeah. Nah,
Autograph is.
it depends on the project. It's not like Autograph is saying we're only doing this and that blockchain. It's you can imagine it like a blockchain, like an agency that is like
Right.
taking athletes and entertainers under contract and then basically deciding what they're going to do with
Also, you
their.
can choose to do it on other blockchains, and they don't really care. Okay, that works. Yeah, great.
But I mean, we have to get an idea of the size of Autograph. I mean,
Right.
they're now around for over a year. They raised a Series A, a Series B. Their Series A valued them at 700 million, and they raised 35 million. And now their Series B in I think January or February, and that they raised 170 million at an undisclosed valuation. So
Undisclosed. Yeah.
yeah, that's big money if it's undisclosed.
Yeah, that's definitely a lot of money. Cool. Good stuff. Moving on. DC Comics become NFTs. DC Comic has so much potential, right? If they do it right. I don't know what they've done, but this is one brand that obviously can onboard masses, right? Like they have this huge fan following. So your tweet said pop culture brand Funko is teaming up with Warner Brothers to offer a Figital bundle, physical and okay, that's what they're calling it. Figital. It's like physical and
Physical and
digital.
digital combined.
Yeah, well,
So
that's a
what it is
shitty
in the end,
wordplay.
it's like definitely not the move that will onboard millions into the Web3 universe. In the end,
Right.
it's just an physical comic cover released as a physical in Walmart, and then you have the option to mint it as well as an NFT. So it's nothing that will bring.
Yeah.
It's just in the end, it's for Funko to say, "Oh, look, we partnered with DC Comics and we are bringing stuff to Web3," but it's nothing that will move the needle in terms of onboarding.
Okay. Well, something, right? You got to start somewhere. Yeah. Well, like in this market, we'll take that.
We'll take
We'll
everything.
fucking take anything right now. All right. So the next one we have is SBF without loss in the bear.
Exactly. That
FTX.
one
Yeah.
is more a crypto-related topic.
Right.
I wanted to talk maybe a bit about the advantages of having a private company
Right.
in volatile markets like this, because in the end, what's happening right now, FTX, the major crypto exchange, is in talks to raise $1 billion from their investors
Right.
to basically just fund buying more distressed assets and companies in this bear market. And it looks like they are one of the very, very few companies in the space that are able to maintain their valuation from December and January,
Even today at the same
even
valuation.
today. And
So they said they raised $1 billion for more
no,
acquisitions.
they are not finished raising it. They are like this close to raising it.
Okay, but there hasn't been an accusation in this week. The headline is that they're raising a lot of money, right? It's
The
not
headline
like
is that
they
they're raising a
actually
lot of
acquired a
money,
company.
and the major part of it is that in the end their valuation is staying the same.
Okay,
Despite
that's cool.
Coinbase, for example, Coinbase stocks is
Yeah,
down.
everything's dropping, and yeah, absolutely. Do you own Coinbase stock by any chance?
No, I don't. Do
Okay.
you?
Yeah, no, I don't do stocks. I have zero equities position of
I
any
think I have
kind.
like a small part, but I mainly do like ETFs because in the end we're so heavily invested into
Yeah,
risk assets with crypto and NFTs,
yeah,
just
like
equities.
stock market people, when something drops 5% or goes up 5%, they
They
actually
sell.
talk about it.
Yeah.
And for us, you could go to bed and wake up with a 20% drop, and it's just a fine Saturday morning, right? So it's boring to say the least. Maybe once we get older, right? So we'll see. We have here next one. OpenSea is building. OpenSea announced that it will onboard Arbitrum NFTs to its platform. With that, they take another step towards marketplace for all NFTs. Is that a side chain,
Mm, it's a
or is
yeah,
it a
it's layer
different
two
blockchain?
Ethereum, but I would say
Okay.
it's after Ethereum and Solana, the third biggest blockchain for NFTs at the moment.
Not Polygon. I would imagine.
I think I'm not sure about the exact volumes right now, but my gut feeling is saying Arbitrum is a bit over Polygon.
Okay.
It
Cool.
could be that just in terms of sheer size of collections, Polygon is still leading, but it's definitely a contender for the top three.
And people do the projects on these chains because it's cheaper for, I
It's way
mean,
cheaper. Yeah, Arbitrum is.
usually are these projects the one with like much lower floor and lower valuation? So if you want to buy a $50 NFT, you don't want to pay $1 in gas because that's 2%, right?
As well, yeah, but also on Arbitrum, there are quite a few. Maybe you can probably count them on one hand, but there are collections that are worth quite a bit of money.
2, 3, 5, 8 floor.
Mhm.
Like, is there collections that are like worth 2, 3, 4 ETH on
Yeah,
these side chains? Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that's pretty cool.
They're few, but there are some. There are some.
Okay, that's awesome.
And
Do you want
so,
to?
I mean,
Sorry.
what in the end just stood out to me is OpenSea is really doing shit. I mean, they raised a shit ton of money in the bear market, but we're slowly starting to see some of that money getting put to use. Because I mean,
Yeah.
they put Solana NFTs on their marketplace now. I would say a month or so ago or two, and it's getting there. They're really trying to become the marketplace in the ecosystem.
Yeah, I was very excited when LuxRare came up, and like we talked last week, it's kind of dead now. I don't want to say dead. They do whatever they do, but LuxRare can't even get basic features right, and it's disappointing. You
But at
know,
least we now have X2Y2. I quite
do
like
you
that.
think X2Y2 will start doing more than LuxRare
Yeah, I
in
don't
terms
think it
of
will
volume?
even come close to OpenSea, but I think it will
Yeah,
overtake LooksRare.
yeah, because X2Y2 was around before LuxRare, right?
Was it? I think it
I
was launched a bit afterwards because I remember the token airdrop, and I think the X2Y2 airdrop was
was
after.
after LuxRare. Yeah. Oh, it was readable. Yeah, that shit has been around since
Yeah,
fucking,
rare was around.
but they don't do anything. Like they have been around back when VFriends was launching last year,
Yeah, even
and
before.
it's still like nobody uses them. Like, I don't know. They host a lot of Twitter spaces. It sounds like they're active, but their product is so garbage. Anyhow, do you want to take the next one?
Let's do
That one's
that.
interesting. Yeah.
It's a bit of a sad one. In the end, what happened? One of the big crypto market makers, Wintermute, got hacked,
Right.
and they lost 160 million in mostly stable coins to the hacker. And what that guy did is basically immediately moved all of it to staking in Curve Finance and Curve Pools. My guess is to avoid that the stablecoin issuers freeze his tokens and basically take them out of the supply.
Right.
But what now happened is that he's earning nearly 1.5 million a year in passive income on that stolen crypto, which I
But,
think is
but
pretty.
that's such garbage returns, 0.8% a year.
Yeah, it's
Right?
0.88 or something.
That's so bad for crypto staking, right? Like
It is, but
3 months ago, Luna was here 20%, and well, but
well, but we all know what happened to that.
yes, I agree. I think the right balance is between 3 to 6%. So you're paying more than a bank, but you're also not paying where you can't generate that kind of revenue, right? Like my question with Luna was, if they're offering 20%, why can't they just borrow like $500 billion from a bank at 1% and then just keep 19? And
Arbitrage.
it's like it's such a easy thing. But anyhow, but yeah. Um, let's look at the next one. Azuki valued at 400 million. So rumors are going around that Azuki is soon to close a 30 million plus funding that would project their valuation between 300 and 500, 300 to 400 million, compared to Doodles at 54. And that was only a couple of weeks ago. The Doodles,
It was. But
Yeah.
what I think happened to the Doodles announcement is I think they raised quite a bit earlier in the
Right.
year and just re-announced it 2 weeks ago or so.
Yeah.
So I think their valuation is still not a bear market valuation.
Right.
It happened more in the bull market,
With
but still,
Azuki, is this like from an official, company, or is it like an official moderator who said anything, or are these just rumors?
Do you know CoinGecko?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, CoinGecko reported that it's rumored to close
Okay.
soon.
So yeah,
So
it might be happening. What do you think about Azuki? Every time I see Azuki, there's always this comment, oh, this guy was a rug merchant. He used like money from previous projects, rugging people to build up Azuki. What's your thought on the project overall?
I like the project a lot. If you take out the founder, I think the project would have done way, way better. I'm still I'm a bit split on it with the founder in mind because it's just not a good look at all.
Is
I
it is it true though? Did the founder actually
Yeah,
fuck
he
people
did.
up?
He did. He launched like 3 to 5 projects, and I think in total raised like 2.5 million from them. And I think in one he pretended to be like a woman deaf to launch like a woman collection in the
Right,
time where like woman collections were like the shit. And
right.
then he just abandoned all of the projects.
And I think I heard he said he paid back the money, but it doesn't fix the problem.
It
Like you
doesn't. No, it's
it's
reputation. It's in the end, it's like
well,
almost
it's like
maybe
this.
on a smaller scale.
If you run a scam, make $5 million, use that $5 million to build something bigger and make $50 million, and now go back and tell everybody you scammed, I'm gonna give you your 5 million back. That's kind of fucked up, right?
It
Like,
is. And I mean, in the end, it's also just a loss of trust. I mean,
yeah,
can you really trust a person like that? I mean, I have no clue what his exact role in the company is, but I
right.
imagine it's a fairly big one. So, can you trust someone that abandoned
Abandon the projects. Well, we'll find out, right? These
But
things, these
the
things
art is
move
still
fast,
the community behind Azuki is still one of the strongest in the
right?
ecosystem, especially in Asia.
Right.
So I think if they at
Is the
some point
person
find
from
out,
Asia, China and Japan? I think it was.
hmm,
Is the founder from Asia?
I'm not sure on that.
Okay, I want to say he's from China or Japan, but I don't know. Okay, well, moving on. New England joins Web3. The Patriots and New England signed a 4-year deal with Chain to make their official blockchain and Web3 partner and help create cutting edge experience for stadium visitor utilizing blockchain. Chain CEO bought Patriots.eth for 75 ETH. Um, Very cool. I like this because I feel like sports um, can be the first one to actually, lead into Web3 and NFTs. And there's so much they can do, right? With players and autographs and these past sporting moments and stadiums and tickets. Has they disclosed more about what the plan is?
Not at all. Not at all.
Right.
I'm fearing a bit that it's more of a publicity stunt for Chain, for the
Right.
Chain blockchain. But I'm really hoping that they actually execute on some cool stuff.
Well, I mean, they can do as simple as just launching an NFT project, and then everybody owns a ticket. Is like that's the stadium pass, the season pass, right? Instead of actually selling the season passes. So it might be as simple as that.
I mean, and even that would be a good step.
Yeah, yeah,
I
that
just
would be
fear that
huge.
in the end that they're basically not doing anything and
Yeah,
just
it's just not a
having a
headline,
name somewhere on it and getting paid a shitload of money for it.
which is
But I,
what they
but I
do.
think looking back at the history of the Patriots with technology, they were, I think, the first team in the NFL to adapt to the internet back then. They were the first team with an official internet site back in
Okay.
the 2000s. So maybe they surprise us and
Yeah, yeah.
we
I hope they
build
do.
some cool stuff.
Okay.
I hope too. And I mean, the CEO of Chain, the guy that bought
Right,
the Punk for 23 million. I think it
right,
was pretty cool to see him buying the Patriots ENS for
right.
75 ETH. And I think he
Yeah, but the
also,
guy fucking also bought the most expensive punk. I mean, he shits ETH, right? Like, I
and
wouldn't be
he was,
surprised if he has like 100,000 ETH, right? So, I don't know. Am I surprised? Like, is this even a headline if he bought a 75 ETH worth of ENS?
that's why I put
With
it
the
in.
amount of ETH he spends in the Web3 ecosystem, that's like you and me buying something for 0.01, right? You'd
Even
buy
less.
or less. Yeah.
Well, to be honest, I'm not sure about that. For example, he bought the Alien Punk with borrowed ETH on Aave, but I
Right.
think in the end it's just because he wanted to bet on ETH going up as well,
Right.
which in
With
hindsight wasn't a
yeah,
good
it didn't
idea.
work out. Does he still own that punk?
He does, he does, he does. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Well, he can't find a buyer, right?
No,
So
and I mean, there's actually another Alien Punk buyer, no seller in the market right now.
right.
Perugia.
I
He
have
was
heard
one of
that
the
name.
guys that last March bought a punk for 4.3K ETH,
Okay.
and he was one of the guys that refused to sell his punk to Deepak for 23 million, and I think he now listed his for 12 million, 11.5 million.
I
So
think
I
even
think that's
that
what
is
he
pretty.
pays. Hmm?
I think even that is pretty aggressive in this market right now. I don't think that's gonna sell.
Me neither. But in the end, it's 50% off what Deepak paid for his.
Yeah, yeah. But well, I mean, it's down more than 50% since then, right?
It
This
is, yeah.
was February, I think, when Deepak bought that punk, and ETH
But in
was
the end, he's basically down in USD terms because as of
always
now, the Alien Punk floor in ETH terms is still where he bought it. I think he bought it for 8K ETH,
8K.
but ETH was at like 3K. So
Well, as they say, one ETH is one ETH. So
yeah, and
yeah,
exactly. If you think like Deepak,
if you
probably
think like
you're
that,
fine
yeah.
with it.
All right. Do you want to take the next one?
Yeah, the next two are more like smaller ones.
Right.
In the end, Snoop Dogg released a fun song and made it CC0. It's called "I Can't Breathe," and I think it's more of the marketing stunt for Sound XYZ, which
Right.
is, I think, a platform to onboard musicians to.
Music NFTs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Is the
And,
song any good?
hmm?
Is the song any good? Have you listened
I
to the
didn't
song?
really listen to it.
Okay.
Just clicked into it and then was like, ah, yeah, okay. It's in the end,
It's
it's similar to the ones he sold on Polygon.
okay. Cool.
So it's like not one of the Snoop Dogg bangers, but it's not a bad song either.
Okay.
And the next one, do you know OK Bears? I think it's like
Yes.
top three Solana NFT project. Yeah,
Right.
they partnered with IMG, which is like the biggest agency or representative for entertainment brands in the world to
Okay.
manage and represent them
Yeah.
in product deals.
Cool. Gift of the week.
Yeah,
Union
that one is a
Capitalist.
fun one.
Sorry.
That one is a fun one.
Yeah, let's look at that. So Urin Capital is launching a token to buy real estate, but here's the catch. You don't own anything of it. You just fund it and can vote what they buy. But why pay to vote even if okay. So let me get
It's
this straight. So they launch a project where they're going to raise capital to buy real estate, but when they do buy real estate, you don't own it, but you can vote as to what they buy.
so
But
basically
but who presents the options? They do.
yeah, they do.
Okay, well that's not. If it was like community decide what they buy, but you don't own it, I understand the appeal to it because the community can say, well, go buy this graveyard, right? Because if we don't own it, we want to make sure it's not worth anything to you too, and it cost you $42 million, right? But yeah,
But I
that's
mean, you wouldn't have paid. I mean, the founders wouldn't have paid those 42 million, for example. It would
yeah,
have come from the people voting.
I get that, but it's the fact that even if you as a project own it, what are you going to do with the graveyard where the graveyard has lease with these graves for next 200 years where they can't do anything? But
But I
if
mean, they would generate a cash flow and they would own the real
they
estate.
will own the real estate. Oh well, maybe graveyard is a bad example, but like let's
But
say,
I know what you mean. But in the
okay,
end,
but let's say like a haunted house that's been confirmed by everybody in the world that it's useless, but because of all the mystery, it's worth $20 million, right? Like something like that.
yeah,
But
I,
yeah,
I get that part. But in the end, what it comes down to, I think they want to buy just normal family real estate in suburbs in the southern US. Uh,
okay, like
so
Texas and stuff.
yeah, exactly.
Why
That's
would anybody invest in the project?
hmm?
Why would anybody invest in this project if all you get
That's
is the
what
voting
I'm
right?
asking myself as well. That's why I put it under gift of the week, because in the end, every penny you spend in that project goes towards buying real estate in the end for the founders.
Well,
And
the
what they're
question is,
saying is they're arguing that token buybacks will bring value to the uh, holder and buyers of the token. But the catch is they said they'll only do token buybacks with a small portion of the profits generated from the properties they bought with the mint revenues or launch
well,
revenues.
has they raised anything? Like, are people buying this
I
NFT
think
or
it's to be launched. It's not out there yet. I
it's
think
not
they'll.
gonna work?
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah, I feel
Yes.
I feel like there's gonna be like three idiots that will put in $40,000. Like I don't know how or why, but there's going to be a lot of these fake bots that is going to make it look like the project is doing well, and
Yeah.
then this one guy who's going to put 4 Ethereum into it and be like, well, I have the voting rights
Woohoo!
to like, I have the voting rights to tell you what to buy.
What to buy with my money?
Yeah,
Ooh.
and then you keep it.
It's I just hope that nobody does that, but I'm sure there are a couple
that's
of agents out there that will do exactly that.
That's fucked up. Anyway, that wraps up our news section. This was good. We got it just all under 30 minutes. So we have the top sales section. Let's look at that. I saw this tweet by Victor Ferocious, 228th. I feel so lost. Do you actively follow the guy?
Ferocious?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, I love that kid. I feel like if you listen to his story, he's been through a lot with I think he got bullied all his school time and then he was kind of not abandoned by his parents, but there's something along those lines where nobody cared about him as a kid. And here we are, he's finding all this love and joy in art and selling pieces for 220 ETH.
And I mean,
How
he's
cool is
19 years old.
he's very young. Yes. Yes.
I'm feeling bad compared to him.
Dude, I mean, all right.
No, but I
But
mean, he's doing great. His
he's
work's
doing awesome.
enjoyed by
So,
gorgeous. He has support from every major crypto art collector out there. He's
right.
doing great. And do you remember his open edition sale, Paint?
Yes. Yes.
He raised a shit ton of money with that.
Yes.
That's insane.
That's
But it's still doing good compared to other open
Did you
edition.
go to his paint party at VCon?
It was at the opening thing, right?
Yes.
I was besides it, but it was so
You
full.
didn't
It
like
looked
go
great.
and then
I stood right beside it, but
okay.
next time.
Next time. Yeah.
With you together, I hope so.
So we literally have a festival in India called a Holi, right? HOLI.
We have
And
that in Germany as well.
yeah, so it's like a paint party, right? And I fucking hate it. I hate that thing. Like I don't want to be part of it. I played it when I was a kid because I liked it. I have a 6-year-old kid now, so maybe I'll play with him a little bit, but I don't like it. It's disgusting, right?
But I
I'm
mean,
more
how is it? Is it like you're throwing around paint on each
yeah,
other,
it's like
or are you actually painting?
No, it's more like you're taking paint and color and putting it on each other, and
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
like,
okay.
yeah,
That's
it's
how it is here as well.
yeah,
But
it's
the
very
paint party at VCon, it was like
oh
actually,
yeah, yeah, that's different. Yeah, you wear these long white
yeah,
suits, and that's very different. That I can live with, but the whole color throwing thing is it's kind of lame. Anyhow, 125 ETH Hyper Rainbow, Chromie Squiggles. These things just don't stop, right? Like
I don't.
you show it to an average person, they're like, "What the fuck is this?" And you show it to like a art people, and they're like, "This is the art." So that's good. Tyler
I mean,
Hobbs,
it's great to see some gray liquidity in an art
absolutely,
collection
yeah,
because
absolutely,
those hyper rainbows, they're constantly selling above 100 ETH.
yeah.
If somebody would want to sell his right now, he would find a buyer at least 100 ETH. I'm sure of that.
That's so cool.
Yes.
Yin Yang, DKs. Isn't DK the one that said don't buy the gift code collab?
Yeah, he is. He is.
Wow,
That
that's
did the twerking Gary.
yeah. It's so much potential that gift codes could get in WeFriends, and here we are. But I think DK is great, and here we have
He's a great artist. I just want to know at some point what happened behind the scenes there.
yeah.
Because he
You
released
think
a similar version of the mini drop later on as
right?
his own EP, just with him instead of Gary twerking.
Just to be like fuck you,
Yeah,
WeFriends.
exactly. So
Wow.
I really want to know what happened there behind the scenes, but I guess
Well,
we will
we'll
find out.
find out, right? Right. One of
I hope
these
so.
nights, he gets drunk, or Gary gets drunk,
Yeah,
and they're like,
Gary
"This is
gets
what
drunk.
happened."
If the Jets win the Super Bowl, we'll find out, I'm sure.
Jets lose, we'll find out. Even Gary will be like,
True, true, true.
"Yeah, fuck DK." It's like fuck Jen Stark. Well, Jen Stark is on the good books, but you know what I mean. Like, it will come out. Tyler Hobbs and Fidenza, 140. I love Tyler Hobbs, so that's
Yes,
very
and
refreshing to see.
we
Do
need
you
to
know
talk
the
about.
story? Do you know the story of the name Fidenza?
No, I don't.
So Tyler Hobbs was sitting there trying to think of a name of his project, and he goes on Google Maps, and he just randomly started looking at name of towns, and Fidenza is a tiny town in Italy, and that's it. That's a story. It's like and the inspiration can come from anywhere. And I think it's a really good hack. If you're looking for to name something, just go on Google Maps and go to a random country. Like, you'll find cool names that you've never heard of.
And we can talk about Fidenza and especially Tyler Hobbs and his creative naming ideas a bit
Yeah,
later on because he has quite something big coming up this week. So let's
awesome.
talk
Yeah,
about that one.
would love to. PFP sales, we have 369.69, Purple Cap 3D Punk.
That one is a major, major, major CryptoPunk sale.
Yeah.
It is. It is like the gray liquidity.
Why is that though? I mean, it seems
Why is it valued at 370 ETH in the end? You mean?
no. Why do you think it's a big sale? Like 400 ETH is not that big of a deal for punks, right?
I mean, the only punks that really sell on that range are beanies, like
Right,
the spinner heads,
right.
zombies, apes, and aliens. But this is a normal human punk that
Is it
usually
because it's a combination of the 3D glasses and the purple hat?
and the fact that it has a smile and the fact that it has the albino skin. So in the punk's ecosystem, basically, the lighter the skin, the more value it has.
It's fucking the world.
It's fucked
It's
up.
not. It's not. It's. I want to say that's racist, right? Like,
It is, but I mean, it's
it's so
across the board.
fucking lame.
The end.
All
It's,
right.
it's
Well,
fucked up. But
well,
it is.
it is what it is. Yeah.
But I
What are
mean,
we
you
doing?
have to agree. Look at the picture. It looks just dope. It's
Yeah.
one of the best looking punks out there. Personally, I wouldn't pay 370 ETH for it
Sure.
because that's like 7 times floor. Wouldn't be worth it for me. I'd rather have 7 half decent looking floors instead of that one.
Absolutely.
To
Yeah.
each their own.
To each their own. Yeah. 169 for a hip hop ape. You know what this reminds me? Hip hop ape. This reminds me of Kali Birds. I bought him a hip hop ape a while back. Do you know the story?
No.
So Kali Birds, you know the singer, right? The reggae singer.
Oh, yeah, I think
He's
he.
he's very active in the V Friends community. Absolute amazing musician, right? I love his songs, not because he's like a friend now, because we met through V Friends and all of that, but I actually genuinely play his music driving around. Collie Birds wanted to buy this ape, and I think he was in between wallets. And he's like, I have 5, 6, 7 ETH, I'll send you. Why don't you buy it? We'll figure it out. And I bought it, and we never figured it out. And the floor's like 12 ETH. So we bought it at maybe 15 to God knows what. 3 months goes by. He's like, yo, what are we going to do? I'm like, I don't know. You tell me. And we don't know what's going on. And the floor's like 40 ETH. And then I remember this one day I was in Dubai golfing, and he calls me. He's like, yo, the floor's 80 ETH. What are we going to do? No, the floor's like 40 ETH is like what he's telling me at that point. He's like, what do you want to do? I'm like, look, you love this ape. I want you to have it, but let's be fair. Like, let's find a way for you to have it and not make me feel bad because I bought it and whatever. So, and all of this is going on. I have already sent him his ape. I don't have it, but it's like technically it's kind of, well, whatever. It's middle, right? So I think we settled on him sending me a couple of V friends, like a very rare Heart Trooper or something, and maybe another one. And then I said at the end of the day, okay, that's great. You can keep the ape, but I own 1% of it. And he's like, okay, cool. 3 months pass by, 6 months pass by. I call him. I'm like, Collie, you owe me 1% of the mutant. He's like, why? I'm like, I own 1% of your ape, so I want 1% of the mutant. He's like, are you gonna fucking want 1% of the ape coin? I'm like, thank you for reminding me. Yes, I do. And then
The other side.
and he's like, well, we have to draw a line somewhere. I'm like, the line is 1%. I will always take 1% of everything. He's like, I hate you. I'm like, I love you, but 1%. So I
He
felt
needs to make a song about that at some point.
I felt like he wasn't happy. So I told him, look at the value of the ape right now. Give me 1% of that, and you're off the hook. Right? So we agreed the value of his ape is this, and I took 1% of that in ETH, and then he owns 100% of it. I think this was like 2 weeks ago when we
Oh,
agreed. So this was very recent, but
so
that was
what did you value it?
about 150, 200 ETH, somewhere in the range.
Yeah, okay, that's
Yeah.
fair.
So
And I mean, at the end, it was like 1.5 to ETH. So
yeah, what that, and then I think 1% of the mutant, and then 1% of the ape. I'm I'm not gonna just
but at what value of the ape coin? Current value or
No, so what we did was
buy?
he just sent me 1% of the ape coin he claimed. That's
Ah,
all. Yeah, which is fair, right? I
it
can't
is. It
expect
totally
you to
is.
see value when the market's bad. So yeah, that was the hip hop ape story. So 150 ETH for a gold grill ape. That's cool. Um, you know,
Yeah,
nothing,
and
nothing newsworthy, I guess.
237 ETH punk. In the end, same story as
Yeah,
the 370. It's just a great
absolutely.
looking combo. 3D glasses, smile, lighter skin, red
Right.
hair. It's a great looking punk to PFP forever. So
Yeah, definitely. Looks different than everything else, right?
sure does.
More sales. We have a Zuki S105 8. That
Yeah,
one,
Izuki
this
Spirits did great last week.
it
There
does
was
look
one
really
guy
good
out
though.
there buying two of them for 100 plus ETH. He went
Hmm,
shopping hard on Azukis.
that's awesome.
So I think 3 or 4 Azukis in total sold around 100 ETH. I think one below and 3 above. And then you remember our good friend Drift.
Drifter shoots. Man, it's so depressing looking at these 100 ETH sales by these artists that did the gift code
I mean,
mini
you can't
drops.
say that Gary didn't like bring in good artists. That's just the
Yes.
problem.
See, yeah, he bought in really the top artist. It's just something didn't work, right? Even for Recon,
Yeah,
right? Even for Recon ticket NFT, It was perfect. Snowfro, right? And here we are with those
What I
tickets.
feel like happening is he tried at least in the past too much to like put the V Friends branding on everything instead
Yeah.
of letting the artist be himself and letting them just create an artwork for V Friends.
Yeah. When you look at the
Tried to
floor
force
of,
collaboration too much, and
yeah,
then too much reference landed in each work, and now we're here. But
I think the idea was Gary's thinking, We Friends is going to do great. Our friend here, Drifter Shoots, already doing great. How could the collab not do really well, right? But We Friends isn't going that well at the moment, and I think that's what kind of hampered the price because the floor right now is 0.34 for Drifter Shoots on
I don't
the
even
We
think
Friends.
that it's that. I just think he tried too much to make it a V Friends collab and not like
Right,
a just an art piece from the artist.
right. Well, they're
Because we
separating
have to
it.
admit, in the beginning, the drift works they were selling well. I
Right.
mean, they were
You
selling for
are
three or
aware,
four
right? They
thousand
are they
anyway.
are separating the artist, right?
Hmm?
So gift codes. Give me 1 second. So gift codes now. The new collections are going to be separate for each artist.
At least I hope so.
Yeah, no, I think I read it somewhere or I saw some announcement where they did say they're not going to mix the two.
Yeah, they better
So
don't.
that'd
Hope
be
that at some point they split it up. To
yeah.
be honest, I don't see that happening. We're asking now for so long to split up the mini drops collection or the gift code drops into like single collections for each artist and each gift. But so far,
I don't know. I remember seeing somewhere it said that we're confirmed that moving with the next gift, it's going to be a separate collection. But we'll find out. The eighth gift is coming up. We're not that far from that. The dinosaur doodle sale at 46 ETH looks interesting. Is that normal for dinosaur doodles?
I mean they're very rare and
Right.
there are just not many sales to compare to, and especially in a market
Right.
like this. So I would say it's a decent sale, definitely.
Cool. Super rare sales. We have. Ooh, that one looks fantastic. Um,
Which one? The first one?
The first one,
Yeah.
Obscurum Theatrum. We should put a photo of that in
Yeah, we
the
should.
video
We
here
could
because
edit it also from the PFP,
yeah,
so we'll figure
yeah,
that part out.
cool. Yeah, so we have these sales for 20 to 31 ETH. All of them fantastic art pieces. We have another
I think
punk
we'll
here.
just put them on here and people can see because
Yeah,
they're
absolutely.
not super rare. There are really some incredible artists in this space.
Yeah, 100%. Flip of the week, 21 ETH profit in 5 days. That's awesome. Do you
It
know if
is.
the 68 ETH was a wrapped ETH offer accepted?
Hmm?
Do you know if the 68 ETH was a wrapped ETH
It
offer
was. It was.
accepted? It was, right?
It was a collection offer even. The
Jesus
guy
Christ.
tried selling it, listed it, and then just dumped his 4T 3D ape into a collection offer.
I
So we are
wonder, like,
the highest collection offer out there at that point.
right,
Just lucky as hell
just
that it
lucky,
flipped
yeah.
before.
Well, there's a flip side, right? If you do have a highest collection offer, you're always going to catch these
Yeah.
stolen assets where you'll be just holding that ape forever. Well,
But in this case, he got lucky.
it worked out, yes. Fumbles of the week. I see that you got a new section here. So these
Yeah.
are,
Move of the week is also new.
sorry, sweep of the week. Yeah, that's interesting. So fumbles of the week is people that try to make a flip and it's a reverse flip now, right? They lost money.
No, it's no. It's not a short-term thing. It's more long-term because all of those.
Mm.
It's just the biggest realized USD losses last week.
Oh, there's so many coming in the next 3 months.
Oh, there is
Yeah,
because
with
all of
the
those
with the year
purchases
ending.
were
Yes.
happening in I think 150 to 180 days ago,
Right.
so half a year. ETH
Right.
top, and I
That's
mean
that's gonna be
we can
fun.
go quickly through some of them. I just
Absolutely.
picked the ones that were most outstanding to me. For example, the ape. I mean, the guy only lost 34 ETH, but 300k USD.
That's funny.
Or the proof pass.
The proof
Bought it
pass,
to the
yeah.
top of proof passes at 108 ETH, lost 71 ETH.
Is that the
Bought the
floor
top and
now?
no,
That
no, it's higher again. He bought the top and sold the exact bottom at least for now.
wow. That's
300k on the
crazy.
proof pass just gone.
Yeah.
And same in the end for Azuki.
Azuki and the Moonbird.
Same story.
Yeah.
Bought at the Pico top. The Azuki was like, I think, a 2x floor sale at the time now as well, but floor is down.
Right.
USD is down.
Right.
Same story with Moonbirds. Sold at the Pico top, dumped at the Pico bottom. And funny story about that Moonbird. That Moonbird actually was sold 2 times already after the guy sold it for 9.5 ETH, both times for profit. And I think the last sale for 13 or 12 and a half ETH. So he really sold the bottom on that one.
That's crazy. Sweep of the week. So anonymous World of Women whales started sweeping again. They swept 7 Fidenzas. Fucking 7 Fidenzas is huge. That's 682 ETH they spent to push the floor of Fidenzas from 85 to 100. And this is the same wallet that swept 200 World of Women 8 months ago for 600 ETH, started the World of Women run from 2 ETH to 10 ETH. So did they do 200 World of Women in a single transaction? Yep. I missed that. Wow.
He was basically, I think there was another wallet that also swept like 200 of them.
Okay.
But in the end, he was the one that brought down all the Pranksy supply walls.
Right.
He had around 1.5, 2, 2.5, and 3 ETH.
Right. That's crazy. Are they holding that? Are they holding that? The 200?
Yeah, they're still holding all of them.
The World of Women. That's insane.
All World of Women's, all World of Women Galaxies, all those. I don't know how they call it. Not duplicators. That's doodles, but the other thing they dropped. They're holding each one of them.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The green and the blue, the carbonators or whatever they call them, right?
Exactly.
Not carbonators. They call them something else. They airdrop them. Yeah. Anyway, outlook for next week. What do we got here?
Tyler Hobbs.
Tyler Hobbs again. Fucking Tyler Hobbs. Yeah.
That's gonna be a major one. We'll talk about that one next one.
Okay.
What price point that one sold out, because he's releasing another 1K collection.
Right.
It's called QQL. Dutch auction starts at 50 ETH. Goes down to 2 ETH, but to be honest, I expect to sell out somewhere between 15 and 20 ETH, or maybe.
Do you know when this drops?
I think 28th or 29th of September.
Okay.
Because they right now have a contest running. You could like create it. They have an algorithm up on their website,
right,
where you can create artworks using that algorithm and tweet about it, and they'll choose, I think, 9 artworks created and give them one for free so that they can mint exactly that artwork. And I think that contest is running out on the 27th of September.
Is it the one with circles, like primarily?
Yeah, it is.
It's so fucking weird. Like this whole industry is so childish. Did you see the one that's been going around? It's like a dick pic just drawn with QQL circles.
No,
somebody just fucking drew a dick and balls, and now it's fucking semi-viral. It's like, what do you expect? Every major sale is like 420.69, 69.42. Like, what the fuck is going on? What are we dealing with? But you know,
and I mean, even all the 69 .eth addresses they're selling for.
They're selling like hotcake. Yeah. I mean, who's having so much sex? And you know, it's just so weird. Anyway,
it's selling, so someone is buying it.
Yeah, it definitely. Yeah, I am fucking a victim of this, because when I discovered this 420 and 69, I immediately went into well, what's 420 vFriend token ID? And I think it's Diamond Hand Hand. What's 69? And I think they were both premium tokens. So it's like, well, even Jimmy's company, when they minted vFriends, they probably were like playing
Yeah,
games.
someone was watching what
Someone was making
closely.
sure 69 is not a fucking, shitty
Not a
connection
fraud.
cockroach. Yeah, I know. Did the gang coin finally drop? I mean, do you
Nah,
mean
yeah,
if it drops this
still
week?
on
Yeah.
topic. I
Okay.
think what's gonna happen is they're gonna push it back because I think they have some problems with like security laws and all that.
Okay.
So it sounded like they want to make it right before they launch it.
Which is absolutely amazing, right? That's what you want.
It is. It's
Yeah.
just at some point you want to have a timeline, but
True.
you also understand why they can't provide it because I think there was a good breakdown somewhere on Twitter. It's because if they would give you like an exact timeline, it would be against security laws or something like that. But
Okay.
whatever, I don't see
Yeah.
it dropping next week. It's more of a hopium. But
Okay.
I want to quickly come back to QQL
Right.
because the naming story of Fidenza you had earlier. You
Right.
know how they came up with the name QQL?
No, tell me.
Basically, the artist he's collabing with and Tyler generated like a list of all three-letter combinations out there
Okay.
and just randomly choose one in the end. I think there's a good story on the podcast on this side. And
Okay.
then I think I don't know how many three-letter combinations are out there, but they looked at every one of them, picked like the
Right.
favorites, and then in the end went with QQL.
QQ. Yeah.
He's,
Why
I mean,
not?
he's creative in his naming ideas. You gotta give him that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
And what I
Uh,
also love about the Dutch auction is it's a true Dutch auction. So
right.
if you go in at 50 ETH, but the last one sells at 10 ETH, you're gonna
Yeah.
get
Everybody
4
is paying
back.
10.
Yep,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Which
also,
is
what's cool, you can decide whether you want to get the 40 ETH back or if you want to have 4 extra mints instead. So instead of the one you plan to buy for 50, you're going to buy 5 for 10.
Wouldn't that increase the supply, or like how would they handle
I'm
that?
not sure about the mechanics behind that, but I'm pretty
But
sure
do you see how like
I see why.
yeah.
I asked myself the question as well, but I
Okay,
didn't see
well, I'm
someone
sure
making
they've thought
details,
of
so
this.
there will be a solution for that.
Yeah, yeah, we'll find out. Staking space for Ape coming soon. And that's the last part. So, are you expecting anything major from the Ape coin staking?
No, I think it's ApeCoin staking is gonna launch on Halloween. I
Okay,
think there were
so we're
some
still like a
announcements
month away,
there. So end of October.
right?
And I think the staking space was originally planned for this week, but was
Okay,
pushed back because someone on the team of Horizon Labs, the company building in the end the token, was sick or something. I don't know. I didn't really understood the explanation, but they pushed it back.
okay,
And I think it's coming this week, but there's no, as far as I know, no date for it out there yet. So we'll see.
okay.
But
Cool.
Bitcoin staking coming soon, and I'm excited for that one.
That's
There's
awesome.
some thoughts I have about ApeCoin staking and an
Okay.
arbitrage. I'm thinking about taking, but we'll see how it works out.
All right. Awesome. Well, that wraps up the second episode, man. Thank you. Thank you for doing this. This was fun.
It was, and to be honest, I think it was much better than the first one.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. The first episode, we did a shitty job, but you live and you learn.
You live and you
And
learn.
yeah, I'll see you next week. And thank you for doing all these write ups.
No problem.
All
Those are
right.
fun to do.